On the falling sprite, create a new variable for this sprite only and call it object. Then make another variable and call it chooser. Again, it's a this sprite only variable. In the variables area, hide the chooser and object variables by unticking them. From the control area, you should drag in a when I start as a clone block. And the first thing we're going to do is show the clone. We also want to go to the front layer, and we're wanting to randomly put the sprite somewhere at the top of the screen. To make this happen, we can say go to, and instead of setting an X as -190, we're going to randomly choose from the left side of the screen, -170, through to the right side of the screen, +170. For our Y value, we need to be a little bit careful. If I go into the costumes area and I click on the show costume, we can see that the curiosity sign is not touching the edge, but the dogs and the mice are. At the moment, they're placed on a Y value of 164, which is too much. If I change that to something like 140, we can see that our mouse, dog, and sign are all going to be fine. So what this means is when we generate our clones, a Y value of 140 is a good option. We're wanting to randomly choose an object that's going to fall. So let's set our chooser to a random number between 1 and 5. We're going to then have a series of if statements to help decide what this object's going to look like. For the first one, we're wanting to say if that chooser variable is either 1 or 2. So to do that, I can grab my chooser variable and I can make a 1, duplicate it, and make it 2, and then pop those boxes into my OR block. If the chooser is 1 or 2, I'm going to set the object to the mouse. For the remaining if statements, I just need an equals block, and if the chooser is 3, I'm going to set the object to the dog. One of the things that I forgot to do in my first if was if we do have a mouse, we want the costume to be the mouse. If the object is the dog, we can set it to Rover if the chooser is 3, and if the chooser is 4, it's still a dog, but this time we want the costume to be Spot. The final thing that I might have is I might have the sign. In that case, the object becomes a sign, and the costume is also the sign. Once I've got those 4 if statements, I can join them to the when I start as a clone code. We can test our code by running it. And as you can see, we've got a variety of our falling objects appearing at the top, and all of those objects are being represented. As this video is getting a little bit long, we're going to make those objects fall down in the next video.